Well, folks, this may come as a big shocker to many people. Breaking news, Tucker Carlson, he has left Fox News in wake of Dominion defamation settlement, folks. Tucker Carlson, this is not a small TV personality, news personality on Fox News. Tucker Carlson is officially gone. Fox News announced it has parted ways with Fox News has announced that it has parted ways with right-wing host Tucker Carlson. His last program aired on Friday. Now it says here, if we go on, the announcement came days after Fox News parent company settled Dominion voting systems defamation lawsuit for $787.5 million. That's a little over $750 million, almost $1 billion. The company's hosts were not required to talk about the lawsuit or make an apology for it. They didn't have to do any of that. Fox News Media and Tucker Carlson have agreed to part ways. The company said in a statement on Monday, "We thank him for his service to the network as a host and prior to that as a contributor." So essentially, there's no official send-off for Tucker Carlson on this one. And based on how this is being presented to us, it really seems like this was a kind of maybe a last minute decision. You would think that someone on the level of Tucker Carlson would have certainly had some type of, official send off. Hey, next week will be my last week, or next month will be my last month working for Fox News. But it doesn't appear that any of that has happened. Carlson, 53, was among the hosts and executives that were questioned as part of the Dominion lawsuit. Several of his emails and texts were part of the evidence released before the settlement as well. And in addition, Dominion's attorneys had listed about 20 episodes that appeared on Fox News networks as evidence of defamation, with Carlson among them. So based on that information, it certainly seems like this is kind of tied to this lawsuit with Dominion. Other hosts that were deposed, and part of the evidence included Maria Bartiromo, Jeannie Pirro, Sean Hannity, and Laura Ingraham, as well as former host Lou Dobbs. Dominion sued Fox and its networks, arguing the networks intentionally and falsely blamed Dominion for the 2020 loss of former President Donald Trump to President Biden by airing unsubstantiated claims that the company's machines rigged the election. Well, now you might be thinking to yourself, "Wow, this is a pretty serious situation here," and I couldn't even believe it myself. So I had to go straight to the source. I went to Fox News, and it says here, Fox News Media, Tucker Carlson part ways. I really couldn't even believe it myself. This is just so shocking, especially. Tucker Carlson, of all people, it says here, quote, "We thank him for his service to the network as a host and prior to that a contributor," a Fox News media spokesperson said. See here, Fox News Media and Tucker Carlson have agreed to part ways, network announced on Monday. An interim program, Fox News Tonight, will air 8 p.m. until a permanent replacement for Tucker Carlson is named. So it looks like the last edition of Tucker Carlson Tonight was Friday. So guys, this really came as a huge surprise and shock to me. And I had to hit up multiple networks. Obviously, I went to Fox News Network to make sure that this was legit. Because, for Carlson and I don't know, based on the fact that we're not hearing from Tucker Carlson himself. We're hearing from the news networks in terms of what happened. So I feel like for someone like Tucker Carlson, who has been with the Fox News Network for so many years, he would have said his own goodbyes. But the fact that he didn't say a goodbye himself, it makes me feel like, was he fired? Like, why else would this be such an abrupt exit? His last show aired on the 21st, which was Friday. Today's the 24th. So if you're releasing a statement today on the 24th saying that he's no longer with the company, it makes me feel like he got fired. But at the same time, he could have also quit. So it's really debatable. I'd love to hear from you guys. Let me know what you guys are thinking about this. But it was clearly an abrupt decision because of the timing of everything. You got the Dominion lawsuit, $787.5 million ended up having to be paid out. Tucker Carlson's clearly tied into this to some extent. And the abrupt exit, it leaves a lot of questions. It creates a lot of questions, almost creates more questions than answers. But yeah, so the question is now, what does Tucker Carlson do? With this type of exit, can he go to another network and continue his show somewhere else? Does he create his own network, create his own, platform? And because he's got a huge following. I mean, if you've ever looked at his ratings on Fox News, whenever Tucker Carlson releases a video, it's above average view count. That means, people are really tuning in to Tucker Carlson. So he wasn't just some regular news anchor. Sometimes people would just watch Fox only for him. They didn't watch it for any other reason, some people. So this guy clearly had a lot of pull, had a lot of power, a lot of reach. And, from a business standpoint, I wonder, are there any kind of, employment limitations, that might bound him to not be able to compete with Fox? I don't know what type of clauses or agreements might have been made between Tucker Carlson and Fox News. Heck, I really haven't heard from Tucker Carlson since this news was released. So I don't even know if there was like an NDA, a non-disclosure agreement that was signed between Tucker Carlson and Fox News. Like, what can he even discuss? Maybe he's, talking with his lawyers right now about this whole situation, and maybe he's just being told to keep quiet until they have a clear plan, strategy. Who knows? So really, really interesting how this exit took place. And the other thing is that, he had such a right-wing supportive base that it makes you wonder, does he have any plans for running for office? I mean, your guess is as good as mine. I'm spitballing here. Any of these scenarios could be valid. I mean, maybe he is planning on running for a presidential election for all I know. He certainly has a lot of support. He's got a lot of support, both from a viewer base, but also politically. He's got a lot of political support. So, I wouldn't put it past him. For many people, he's a likable character. I think he's quite interesting. But yeah, I'd love to hear from you guys. Give me some feedback. Let me know what you guys are thinking on this one. Do you think Tucker Carlson was fired? Do you think Tucker Carlson quit? Or was it legitimately an amicable separation between Tucker Carlson and Fox News? I'd love to hear from you guys. Hit me up in the comments. Drop a like, subscribe.